Hey guys, this is Kelly Scott here. I'm just gonna wait a second for Alisa to jump on. We tested this early to make sure that it works because we had some technical difficulties. All right, so hopefully some people will be jumping on. So I'm really excited to do this interview with Alisa. We're going to be talking about how, I'm just going to pull up my questions here, I got all organized. We're going to talk about how participating in these accountability groups that she's been participating in for the last year have changed her life and how they have helped her lose that 25 pounds. All right, so I see her right here. Look at that, we're pros now. All right, she should join in. Lisa just approved you. We are just, look at that, we're pros.
Oh,
I'm so happy that we tested this before.
oh yeah.
Awesome. How you doing?
Kids are downstairs.
You got your little kitties running all of these? Your husband's home?
Yeah, husband's home. He is down there with them. We'll see how it goes.
Awesome. Yeah. And you know what? If you get a little interruption, that's life, right? That's part
Oh yeah.
of the journey of that's part of your story, are your kids and how you got healthy and
Oh
fit
yeah.
with them. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. I'm really excited to go through these questions and share your journey and hopefully inspire a lot of women out there to know that they
Yeah.
can do anything, even if they have 3 kids.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you first tell us about yourself, where you're from, what do you do? Just give us a little background on who Alisa is.
So I right now I'm living in Gilroy. My husband and I are originally from Ohio, so that's where all of our family is. Right now we're here in Gilroy, California, and I am a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids who keep me busy. I have a 7-year-old daughter, a 5-year-old son, and a 2-year-old little girl. And they are what my world is right now.
Awesome. Yeah. And I love whenever we do pictures in our accountability groups, at least one of her kids is always in every one of her pictures, if not on her back, helping her with plank.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. I love seeing that. Um, so tell me a little bit, about how your life was before Beachbody, before you joined your first accountability group a year ago.
So my life was pretty stressful. Um, my my daughter, my youngest, um, took her a while to get back to where she needed to be, and so when I was a nursing mother of her, that's all I was. I threw nutrition out the window. I threw workouts out the window. I focused on her. So before Beachbody, I was just focused on my kids. And it got to the point where after she was done,
Lisa,
yeah,
can you hear me?
yeah.
Sorry, you're going in and out a little bit.
Oh no.
I think your reception is a little choppy.
Let me see if I move this way.
I
You
know.
hear me?
Move this spot. Move that spot. Okay, go ahead and try again. You were talking about
I've
your
rolled with
your daughter.
so while I was developing motherhood and my my health went out the window. And I found myself at the heaviest point beyond being pregnant. And I wasn't happy. Like I was happy that my kids were finally to a point where they could take care of themselves, and I decided that I needed to realign myself before we moved to Gilroy. I lived in a place in Cupertino where I was running every morning with a group of friends, and, I was on it. And then, I got pregnant with number 3, and just life happened. And we moved, and then my routine got out the window, and I needed something. And I started like poking at different, workout videos that they had on Amazon for free. And I'm like, maybe this will work. And then I had, I posted, you hear them out my door. Then I was posting about this on Facebook, and then Vanessa reached out, and she's like, hey, I would love to do this fitness journey with you. And I'm like, all right.
It was like perfect timing. It was meant to be.
It was totally meant to be.
And it's kind of funny. They're like animals trying to break into your door there. Let me in. It's kind of funny. It's kind of ironic too how it's just full circle on how I just so happened to ask you to do this interview, and it was, I didn't even realize it's been 1 year.
Well, it's been 1 year since I started my own little journey, but it hasn't been a full year with Beachbody.
Got it. But since you decided enough's enough, it's time for me to take my health back.
Yeah, it's been a year since I decided that I needed to get back on track.
That's awesome.
I knew how to do it.
Yeah.
It was good to have someone reach out and say, I can help you with this too.
Mm-hmm. That's important accountability. So what was the big problem that you were seeking to fix?
So every time I would go to a doctor, all of my labs come back beautifully. I've got great cholesterol. I've got my vitamin D is low, but skin cancer runs in my family. But all my numbers would be great, and the only thing I was getting from my doctor is, you need to lose weight. And I said, well, what do you recommend doing? And 2 doctors ago, he was like, well, you could take like this fiber thing and add it into your food and drinks and just like have it purge through you and just get to where you need to be, however you need to get there. And I'm like, that doesn't sound okay. Like that's not sustainable.
Right.
That's why I had always been skeptical of some nutrition programs out there that are like, we'll deliver the food to you. And I'm like, but I can't do that my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to find something that was going to work with having my 3 kids and something I could do at home.
Absolutely. Something that was realistic, sustainable, and would match your lifestyle. Because you're not looking for a quick fix. You're looking for something that's going to go along this journey, this crazy journey with you as you're raising your kids and as they grow up, and something that you can, that's quick and easy to do, that, you're not spending like, an hour and a half, 2 hours driving to the gym, coming home, having to worry about childcare. You can do it in your home. Yeah. And then, on top of that, they can see you exercising and being healthy. And I love that. It's one thing that I love about the in-home workouts is that your kids can see and they can join in and they see mom or dad, living a healthy lifestyle, and it really does influence them.
Yeah. We started doing simple things to our nutrition where we're like, okay, let's buy pre-made salads, and that way we have them and we're going to start eating healthy. And then when I started doing these workouts with Beachbody, my kids would see me put on my Brooks tennis shoes, and after a certain amount of time, they would see it happen, and they're like, Mom puts on these shoes, and then she does a workout. And it gets to the point now, every day still, 6-7 months later, they see me putting on my shoes, and my youngest is like, work out? And I'm like, yeah, I want to do jumping jacks. And I'm like, okay, we can do some jumping jacks.
That's so awesome.
And so they're very engaged with it. Right now while I'm doing Lift 4, they see me getting weights and they're like, I want to lift weights. And I'm like, we need to be a little more careful because you're still growing.
Yeah. You're like, let me give you some little baby weights or some play weights that you can play with, but you can't lift my heavy ones. Not yet. Yeah. You got to work up to that. That's awesome. So you talked to Vanessa. That's how you and I met, because obviously Vanessa and I are on the same team, and you decided to join an accountability group. So what was the first program that you started with when you first joined?
I first joined and I started 21 Day Fix. I have a sister who has loved Autumn since before she was associated with Beachbody.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's a good trainer. And so that's what I started with. I felt like that was going to hit nutrition and a workout regimen that was sustainable
Yeah.
for me and my.
Workouts are 30 minutes. They're simple to follow. You don't need much equipment. You just need weights and a mat.
Yeah.
And how many
Yep.
rounds of 21 Day Fix did you do?
I think I did 3, and then Vanessa and I wanted to see myself push harder because I'm like I can do this. This is fine. And so then we started integrating some of the 21 Day Fix Extreme to pop in what we could. And this was before I had knee injections done in April, because I have arthritis in my knees. Well, I do, but I've had these knee injections done that have taken away the pain, that I am now able to do more and not have that pain, which is what we were trying to work around
Mm-hmm.
during some workouts. Is okay, how can I modify this? And it was great to see that there were other things that I could do to help me get to the point that I needed.
Right. Exactly. And I remember when you were going through that too, you'd post about it. But that's what's great about our community, is that, I want people to understand that you made a decision to join our accountability group. You got connected with a coach, with Vanessa. You joined our group, and what's great about our groups, and I see Lisa Milano's on too, that Lisa, Vanessa, and I at that time, we all were running these groups together, and it's so cool to bring in all of our different people, so we can just have that supportive team. So when you're going through something, you're not in it alone. I think a lot of people think when you're doing in-home workouts that, yeah, you feel like you're on an isolated island, and you really don't, because these groups, we all check in and we hold each other accountable, and you can reach out to your coach. So when you're having struggles with, like, I need to figure out how to modify this for my knee, that's when your coach comes into play. And if they don't have the answer, they turn to their team, and we all kind of collaborate and help each other out. And so, you have such a great supportive system, which is, what these groups are
And
so great
also,
for.
everyone has their own experience that can help. Like, you come from a fitness background and I didn't. And so just seeing everyone in their different things that they've gone through, how we can help each other. And so that's what I love about the accountability groups, is I can post something like 2 or 3 nights ago, I posted about my workout clothes not fitting well anymore. And well, is it, they're stretched out because I've had them for so long, or am I changing sizes? And I was able to ask, and people gave me input, and I went to the store, and sure enough, I had changed sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great that everyone has these little things that they can help with. And the
Exactly.
accountability groups are something that keep me on track. There were 1 or 2 accountability groups that I wasn't as active in, and I noticed a change in how I was trying to get things done. I didn't have anyone to check in with, and then I felt like I could slack a little. And so this round, especially now that I'm doing a new program, being able to check in, it's great because I have that accountability. I have to check in with somebody, or else I can just do whatever I want and I can get back to the weight I was.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm checking in with people, it's a community and it helps.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. That's why, I mean, I've been doing them for I don't even know how long, and I never get tired of them. They're just so great to be a part of, and really inspirational too, because we all have our highs and lows, and we all struggle, and then we bring in new people, and then there's people that have been to groups forever, and it's really cool to see, like, the veteran challengers, like, kind of take someone under their wing, or just help support them. I know we had, like, a new gal join, like, last month, and to see everyone embrace her was just really cool. Um, Tell me a little bit about what you really loved about Shakeology when you started incorporating that into your program.
This was the best answer for me in my busy life, to have something that I knew was good for my body, and I was able to have it as a quick breakfast because with 3 kids, 2 of them were in school. I was up at 7 o'clock. I was out the door before 8, and I needed something to eat because breakfast is important, but to be able to have something that has all these great things in it. It's not just like a milkshake or whatever from Starbucks, it's something that's good for my body. And as soon as I had it, I noticed too that my digestion was getting more regular and other things were getting in, just had energy. And it was just a simple, easy thing for me as a busy mom to know that I could do this one thing, and it sets you up for the day.
Right. And I think too, didn't you mention, I think you mentioned one time too, I know a lot of other moms have said this, but it's hard when you're cooking for your kids to not snack on their food. And I
Yeah.
know that that's one thing that's helped a lot of the moms that I've worked with is it just decreases your cravings. So you don't really, want to reach for their food and stuff as much. You're not snacking as much on your kids' food. Did that
Well,
work
and
for
what's
you?
nice is because as I'm eating healthy, we've been sneaking more greens into my daughter's food because my oldest is picky. She hasn't noticed the sneaking in of vegetables in there. And I feel like I'm really lucky with my kids because they go through produce like nobody's business. So
That's
we
awesome.
went to the beach the other day. I packed carrots and hummus and some, granola bars and some other, some healthy options for my kids. And they ate them because they know it's good for you.
Hmm.
And we have this conversation all the time about, you know, when it's okay to have some sweets and when we shouldn't.
Yep, that's great.
So, and I've noticed we went to a birthday party a couple of weeks ago, and they had cupcakes and they had chocolate dipped Oreos and things like that. And my kids like took a few bites and they're like, this is too sweet. And I'm like, it is because it's not healthy. I don't know how that's sustainable. And so, whenever we have birthdays, we kind of try to scale it back because we know that too many sweets isn't good for our body. And this is how we act when we're not eating healthy.
Hmm.
So I feel I have been really lucky. I buy a 5-pound thing of strawberries and they're gone in like a day and a
That's
half.
awesome.
And it's mostly from them eating it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you guys are all doing it together, as a family, living a healthier lifestyle. And I mean, you have to give yourself some credit for that because they don't learn it from, they learn it from their mom, really, and watching,
Yep.
you lead by example and the foods that you eat and the way that you've changed your eating. They want to follow your lead. And so that's just
Yep.
really it's really cool that you're doing that and inspiring your kids to live healthy too because it's going to be easier if you guys all eat healthy together. It's going to be easier to sustain that, which is obviously your long-term goal. So you talked about how the team had the team and the accountability groups have supported you to reach your fitness goals. Did you ever feel like at one point you kind of hit a plateau and you had to mix things up? Because I know you followed the 21 day
Yeah.
fix for quite some time.
And that's with 21 day fixes. That's part of why we switched and started adding some 21 day fix extreme because my weight was kind of plateauing, and you get too comfortable with a workout.
Hmm.
And I feel like you need to change things up enough because you need to challenge yourself. Like, okay, I've done 21 day fix extreme for, 3.5 months. Maybe we need to, and we're kind of, you know, gave me great results in the beginning, and then it's just started tapering a little bit. And so we're like, okay, I need to push myself harder because I can do more. That's what it's telling me, is that I can do more.
Yep.
And that's
And
what,
that's, yeah, I was gonna say that's what's great about having Beachbody on Demand, because the options are endless. There's always
yes.
something, and that's what I love is when my clients are feeling like, or any of our challengers, that it's time to mix it up. We can look down, we can just sit down and be, okay, have you tried this program? Have you tried that program? And now you're doing the brand new program Lift 4 that we just started on Monday. So that's completely different. So I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
excited to see just at the end of these 8 weeks with this program how your body changes, because it's a completely
Yeah.
different workout with, than what you're doing.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
well, let's bring this home. I just want to ask you two more questions. So I want to kind of flip this towards, your coach now, and I want people to understand that there's different levels of coaches, and we talked about that with Vanessa before you signed up. I think a lot of times people, when I talk to them about the coaching opportunity, they get a little nervous because me being a fitness professional, they say like, "Oh, I can't do that," or "That's something that that's your thing." But in reality, most people become coaches with your type of a story, with it, where they fall in love with the programs, they fall in love with the workouts, the nutrition, Shakeology, the support, and then it's just another way for people to be even a closer tight knit into this group, into this community that we have. And I know that that's one of the main reasons that you signed up. You weren't looking at, hey, I want to, turn this into a business, and I want to, work this business full time. You were like, awesome, I can get a discount on the programs. I can, be a part of the community, on our team page, be a part of our team calls if you want to be, and just have even more support and accountability. So what do you think was the biggest deciding factor for you, besides saving the 25%, because obviously that's awesome, for joining
Right.
and signing up to be a coach on our team?
What's been nice is having access to things like now this new program of Lift 4. I can be a part of this kind of like test group
Mm-hmm.
and see how it goes and be able to share with other people how it can help. It's been easier to talk to people who are like, oh, I was just at a friend's house today, and she's like, oh, I've got my 2 kids. The one's 8 months old. I used to go running at night, but then the baby. And it's just become easier to say, hey, you know, look at Beachbody, and they have all these programs that can fit into your life. And it's helping me be more social that way. But I also love the support from the group, and I love being able to access new things that can help me through my journey as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Absolutely. And so just so people that are watching this don't understand what we're talking about. So when Alisa signed up, a new program came out called Lift 4. And when these new programs launch, if anyone signs up this month, I want to say it's during the month of July. I got to look into that. But if you sign up during the month of July, you can have access to what's called the coach exclusive test group. That means we're all put in a private Facebook page with the trainer, the creator himself, Joel Freeman, where he goes live, he answers questions. So we're learning more about the program as we're going through it. And that helps us obviously have better results and then talk about it and help other people. So with Alisa, someone, who we're kind of two ends of the spectrum, where I have this as a business. I've been doing this for 7 years. Elisa's joining because she wants to, continue the support and then maybe just, pay it forward by helping people do that. We're both in the same group together and learning about this program and hearing directly from Joel, which is awesome because that's not available all the time. It's only available when programs launch. So when you're a coach, whether you're a discount coach or you're, a I call it a fitness enthusiast, which is kind of what I feel like you're going to be, where it's you're talking to your friends about it, and then once inviting them to our team groups and things like that, you have access to that information. So that's awesome, and that's all what this coaching opportunity is all about. Is exactly what you just said. Is sharing your journey and your results with people that your friends, your family, your community, when people are saying like, hey, what are you doing? And then telling them about exactly what you're doing. And if they decide they want to sign up, they sign up with you. Like it's that easy. And then knowing that they have someone like you, even though you're not a fitness professional, it doesn't matter. You've had the experience of drinking the shakes and going through the programs and things like that. So now you're going to pay it forward by helping someone answer questions that they have, connecting them with our team, things like that, that you can help your friends, other busy moms, see that they can have their own results too, regardless of, their busy lifestyle. So,
Yep.
yeah, I can hear him back there. All right. So one last question, because I know your kids are like breaking down the door. Okay, one last question. So how since joining Beachbody as a customer and a coach, how has your life changed?
It has definitely been for the better. I'm I'm able to do things. I used to be daunted by what everyone was calling meal prep, and how in the world can I make all these meals in one night? And to be able to break it down and make it less daunting. For children, I feel like I'm able to do what I need to do to be my best self, and to be the best mom for my kids. I've taken my life back,
I love that.
and I'm showing them how to be healthy now, so they don't have to have a journey like mine. Not that my journey is bad, but to teach them now how to be their best selves.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to share my experience with other people and help them as much as I can, and being able to reach out to my community in Beachbody, and if I have any questions, because everyone seems to be so willing and happy to share and be a part of this.
Awesome.
They're writing things under the door for me.
They're gonna break down your door. Well, thank you so much for taking time. I know it's hard for you to sneak away from your three kids, but you did it. We did it. But thank you so much for just sharing your story and your journey. Congratulations on the 25 pounds. I know that you're still working on your journey, and I'm really excited to see how you do with Lift 4. And it's been awesome having you on the team. And thank you so much again for jumping on live with me.
Thank you.
Have a great night. I will talk to you soon.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye.